7 bad women in the room.
I'm Ryan Brown, aka Wood, and I'm here with The Dropout at his album release for Volume 3 of The Dropout. So, what made you do an album release for this album opposed to all the other ones?
Because it's time. And I moved to Atlanta 3 years ago, and I feel as if my fan base is still in Memphis. So, of course, you have to show love where it's given. I didn't want to show love to people that didn't deserve it. So, it's time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Has it been 3 years? It really doesn't feel like it's been 3 years since you left Memphis, but how has that impacted your career so far?
Since leaving Memphis, right now I am currently unemployed, just working on music. So I've just been introduced to so many cultures and so many supportive people that I feel as if now is the season for me to be who I am, not just that average guy. I gotta be extravagant. So the Dropout / Sauce Poppy will be all over now that I've moved. And you know what I'm saying? Like, coming from Memphis, I'm not gonna hate on Memphis, but it's a little closed off. You gotta go out there and venture off and do what it is that you want to do, and now is the season for that.
Yeah, Atlanta definitely has a lot of things that cater to what you're moving towards in your career. I definitely think it was a good move for you because everything seems to move and falling in place. And even with you not working, you solo produced every piece of anything on your albums. I don't know too many artists or any off the top of my head that do that. So what drives you to do that?
Well, okay. Since elementary school, my brother is a rapper as well. Meezy Mac, go type that in on YouTube. You'll find
go follow him.
Meezy Mac, he used to make his own beats back in the day because he used to listen to 3 6, and 3 6 made their own beats, you know what I'm saying, Juicy J and all of that. So when he used to get done with the computer and making beats, I go on there and I'll start messing around with FL Studio. That's what I make beats on. And then ever since then, I just couldn't put it down, and I love music so much that I wouldn't allow a studio person, an engineer or a videographer or somebody to mix make my beats. I wouldn't allow that to hold me back from creating art and doing what I love to do. So I just took it upon myself to save money for one.
Save money.
Yeah, save a lot of time in moving my, your schedule around to be on other people's times to make my stuff. So I just wanted to put it out there as quick as possible. So I took matters in my own hands.
And not even just that, but it also, there's that saying that nobody's going to care for your work the way that you do, or nobody's going to do it right the way that you do it. So how much time do you put in on maybe like one song when you're creating?
People brag about making beats in like 5 minutes, and I don't know why, but
I don't think that's efficient.
Yeah, people I make like 10 beats in 20 minutes. Don't know why, but when I make a beat, I instantly start thinking about the entire song, so the chorus and how long this is going to be and the verses and all of that. And then I'll probably spend a day on the beat. I'll probably think of the chorus that night and record the chorus just like a trial of how it should sound. The next day, I'll write the verses because I can't write a verse one day and record it the next day. So I'll write the verses and record immediately, probably the next day. And then I'll mix it probably the following, just during that week. I spend a lot of time. That song King of the Sauce with King Cord, just the chorus alone took a whole day to record. Dead ass.
Doing all that, you don't even have time to work a 9 to 5, work a job. Because if you did, they'll probably take away from time from doing that. But I think the thing I've always wanted to know with artists, how do you remember all them damn words to them songs?
I don't. And this event tonight showed, and I had a drink in my system, so goddamn. I don't know how actors do it as well when they remember their lines. I think it's like the same way, but so many words, I don't know. I guess you just gotta have a passion for it.
Alrighty, and I definitely agree with that because, look, I have a hard time remembering the songs they playing on the radio now. My 3-year-old be singing them, and I don't even know what's going on. But we're going to get back with Jimmy in a few. We're going to take a short break here. Stay tuned and keep watching.
Pour up a cup of the rum. I've been fucking better days till they come. If you looking for me, I'm on her tongue. Midnight shawty turn 21. This everyone, but she think I'm the one. I keep protection and I keep a gun, so I can still blast with safety and sun. Tattoos,
so let's talk about The Dropout Volume 3. That's the album that you just released. This project had so many different type of vibes on it. What made you put something on the album for everybody?
Uh, so much has gone on in between 2018, so I really wanted to make it a reflection of everything that I've been through, every experience that I've been through, and I can never make more than one song that sounds alike, so I just can't do it. Even if I tried, I wouldn't even allow myself to do it.
Some of them don't even sound like they from the same person. And then what made you put like a reggaeton swing on it? Then you tried to put the accent there. What made you put that there? Was that like inspired by a lady or something of that sort?
I ain't gonna lie, I got this Trinidad ting that I was talking to. She was getting me up on all of the, you know what I'm saying, the lingo there. What do they call it? The Padawan. But that's Jamaican, but she from Trinidad. But she got me up on all of the lingo there, and I was a fan of the movie Shotters, so I like talking like that.
She got you up on the lingo. Okay, we catch that drift right there. But it seems like you learned well, or she taught well, but that's neither here nor there. And even with, there's another song on the Gala, and I heard it personally. I actually heard it in the car before the album release, and then I heard it here. It seems like one that you could put in a club, even just for like the gay bars, all type of different places. What gave you the inspiration for that song?
Gala was a beat made by me and B Holiday. He was in there making it, and it sounded. He actually went to a studio and made it at a studio. He brought it home, and we heard that, and I was like. And when he was about to add the kicks, he was just searching through kicks. So he started going to the one that's on the song. And it was boom, 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 boom. And I was like, man, keep that, because I want to be played in the white people's. I want to be played in like a clothing store or something like that, or I want white people to show up at my shows and all of that.
You want it to be open for everybody. I definitely saw Tiana Taylor going in there like this, all voguing with that. So
Exactly.
I could definitely see that. I like a lot of the art that's there, and then even it's one album that you can't skip a track. Like you cannot skip a track. So, what kind of drove you in this musical experience? I know you said you had a lot of experiences from 2018 in the process of making the album. So what stuck out from the year that drove you to make this massive, beautiful project that you had?
2018, prior to the release of the project that was before that, which was East, I had my little brother Corey, who passed away. I had a girl that I was in love with leave me, and then all of the friends that I moved to Atlanta to kick it with, we all fell out. So I lost everything that I was close to, and it was just me and a microphone.
Right, I can definitely feel that. There's one song, and in the lyrics it says, "I don't want to die if I'm not going to be missed." I felt that. So is that something that you feel deep down? Do you feel like you'll be missed if you pass? Or is that something that just kind of sticks in your head? Because I think everybody thinks about that every so often.
I feel like everyone in life has a gift and a goal and something that they need to be doing and a purpose in life. And I know mine is music, but the thing is, life is hard as hell. And I know if I gave up on music, which I want to do every single day because life is just terrible. I want to live a normal life, but I'm so good at it. I can't stop. You know what I'm saying?
You are good at it.
If I die right now, I'm just gonna be another black guy that dies, and I can't do that. God has a higher purpose for me, so.
I definitely think pushing forward and staying determined, which I can definitely tell that you did with this album, even with the trials and tribulations that you had over the year, you came out successful, and the project is beautiful. So what is your go-to on the album? I know they're all your works, and they're your babies, but what is your go-to on the album?
Go-to on the album may just be Gala.
May just be Gala?
I love Gala. That shit is wild.
I love that song too. I think my go-to on the album is Outside, and it's Outside. I don't know. Maybe it's the Memphis in me or something. I'm not sure, but everything on Outside, I love that track. So, do you have any inspirations that are in the industry right now that kind of like that inspire you to create?
If you heard my previous project East, it was in Pro, which was the album before this. It was very, very heavily Travis Scott inspired, and I have to get away from sounding like people that I like. The ones before that, the Dropout Volume 1 sounded like Tyler, the Creator, which is like my favorite artist. But this one here, I don't believe it sounds like anybody.
I think this album sounds like The Dropout. And I think even before we went to break, I called you Jimmy. This album speaks your voice. It kind of, it gives everything about you that I know for myself. It speaks that in volume. So I do appreciate the work on this album. And then you mentioned Pro. What happens to the crown? I just knew I was going to roll up. I was going to see the crown. You know, we got to throw it back. So what happened to the crown? I know with Pro, you named it Pro because you felt like you have mastered, you know, your art. And it was a project that you put out that you felt passionate about. So is that the same carrying over to the Dropout Volume 3, or is it a different perspective?
I used to wear the crown for Pro because I used to call myself, well, for one, the king of the sauce, because I'm Sauce Poppy. And then number two, the king of East Memphis. But I
You
just,
still sauced up today.
I sauced up, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't want to, I want to eliminate all arrogant or ego type vibes towards me or my character. I want to seem approachable. I want to seem like somebody you can do a song with. I don't want to be that guy at all. I just want to be a humble person. So I want to be an average guy that can rap good as hell.
I don't know if you can be average, but I will tell you this project, out of all the ones that I've seen you in the past, and we've been rocking with you for a long time on Lights in the City, but this project sounds industry. It also sounds noteworthy, and it sounds like you, something where I can say and I can point out that's The Dropout, and that's his new shit that we just dropped. So I'm a fan of the album. Make sure that you guys check that out. We're going to be back with more from The Dropout. Go ahead and stay tuned. Keep watching.
Back it
Don't
up,
move because
dirty
we got more
mind
for you.
it. Let me push up behind it. Just for me, take me like it. Let me get up inside it. Sip the
Welcome
cup and
back. I'm
rewind it.
still
Body
kicking
moving,
it with
define
South
it.
Poppy, The
Pretty girl from the
Dropout.
island. Make me
He's
wanna
still
get
kicking it with
inside
us.
it.
Now,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the album, there were more than one, maybe three, maybe four love songs on the album. So what was going on with that? And I know you had some emotional things that were going on, but what was going on there?
Well, people say that I'm Aquarius. I don't really go by signs or anything, but I guess I'm naturally a lover. I react out of my heart all the time.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
I am a lover. So the love songs were pretty much, I used to make poems when I was in middle school, so I'm like very good at saying something to a girl. Most of the times they're not generally towards anybody. You feel what I'm saying? So they can be if I choose for them to be. But this album here, man, I went through like the worst heartbreak of my entire life.
I've been there too.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
think I dropped a tear on one of them songs. I had to hurry up and catch it, and I got up to go get my phone. I didn't want nobody to see me just out here.
Yeah.
But
Look, you can cut my left leg off right now. It would not hurt worse than a heartbreak. I swear to my life. So I was like, instead of me sitting in the house wallowing and being sad for myself, let me just put it on the mic.
right, so one of my heartbreak songs is SZA, Broken Clocks. And I swear to you, for maybe like at least 6 months, I would scream that song to the top of my lungs while driving, just tears rolling. Do you have a heartbreak song from anybody?
Oh, all right. Look, when my last girl left me,
Not the last girl.
last girl that left me, it's a Drake song. Drake got so many songs that relate to everybody. Drake put out Scorpion and Jaded.
Yes. Nee.
This man, he came out and said, I need to know how the new nigga you got do the same thing that I do for a living, but it's way less wavy.
I felt that too. But it wasn't, you know, it was girl version and not. But I felt that. So is that your heartbreak song, the one that just have you stuck?
Literally everything, every word he said in that last verse, everything was so true to me. Oh girl, date a rapper now.
Why they keep leaving you?
I don't know what, man, I'm saying. I could have sauced you up. And then he said you had potential and I could have shaped it. I was like,
You felt that. You felt that in your heart. But now that she left, you coming back with the one and the two. We know that you've been in the studio with a lot of big names. So tell me what's going on there. It's the come up grind time. So what's going on?
Saying? Shout out to Ears to the Streets. That is Mike Will's artist from the Ear Drummers. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Slim Jimmy. I'm cool with Slim Jimmy. I need to make Sway Lee. That's like a very big inspiration to me. You know what I'm saying? Sway Lee. But anyway, I've been cool. I've been kicking it with Mike Will at the Ear Drummers warehouse, and we just been. Hopefully, I got my foot in it though, so hopefully I can kick it down real soon.
Well, we gonna, pray real hard and cross our fingers, hope to die on that. We definitely want to see the best for you. And then I know that you did get a chance to see them actually create work from scratch. Tell me about that experience.
I ain't know how you know that.
Because I be watching you.
Man, I was in the room, and Mike Will just came in. I was in the room with Miles Harris and Chop Squad DJ, and Mike Will came in and just sat in front of the laptop. They all just take turns making beats, and when they get done with one, they'll just get up and be like, you want to work on it? You want to work on it? And so Mike Will came in there and started making the beat, and I was just like, I just soaked it in like, I can't believe this right now.
That's dope. Sometimes you do have to soak in, the blessings from God. There are times where there are trials and tribulations, but you always prevail. And then sometimes it's just time to just soak it in and appreciate the experience. So I see that you have done that there. And then where do you see your career going next? Because I know that at some point there is like that breakout, that breaking point. I think this album is it. Where do you see yourself going next?
Next, I feel as if I have no vision as where I'm going next. It's really all just driven and lit up by God. My path is just lit up by God. Things can go high and things can go low. But in order to speak it into existence, I'm just going ahead and say next year, all around the world, rich as a bitch. And you know what I'm saying? Raya gonna be right there with me. So we both gonna be probably gonna have a house in the same neighborhood.
We'll always support, and go ahead and let us know where we can download and pay for, because look, you need to pay for, download and pay for the album.
Sauce Poppy made an album, and it's called The Dropout Volume 3. Go everywhere that you can. I don't care if it's mine, Apple Music. iTunes is about to go away, so don't waste your time.
We official.
If it's still there, go buy it because you stream on Apple Music, and I make more money if you buy it. Tidal, Amazon, Google Play, name one. I probably didn't even say Spotify. You took too long. Spotify. The Dropout Volume 3 by Sauce Poppy. Please take your time out. Just give it a listen. And go to theonlydropout.com and see everything.
Most definitely. There are so many things there. He has visuals. This interview will most likely be there as well. Videos, all type of things, all for fans, all for you. We do appreciate your art. We appreciate your dedication to your passion, and level up. I'm just saying, yes, level up. We love to see the growth here. And thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Ry Wooten Brown, aka Woo. You have sat with me with The Dropout, and make sure you go follow him on Instagram and tell us where to follow you.
At The Only Dropout.
And then make sure you go and check his music out, buy the album, see what tickles your findle. And thank you for watching.